I think we are still waiting for the speakers to enter this room. So I think there's some slight issue with the speakers on his computer. So we wait for him. That's what basically take up the start to slightly, perhaps we can start around 9:15. Kita mula lebih kurang pukul 9 suku nanti. Bear with us while we're waiting for that. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, Architect Azri, and good morning to Mr. Simon.
Assalamualaikum.
Oh, yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
So,
Morning, Azri.
Morning,
Hi.
morning Simon. Hi.
selamat pagi semua, hadirin hadirat sekalian. Kami mohon maaf akan kelewatan sedikit. Kami masih menunggu speaker utama kami untuk our main event nanti. InsyaAllah dalam masa beberapa minit lagi kita akan mula sesi ini. So, mohon maaf atas kesulitan. Kita akan mula dalam beberapa minit lagi. Terima kasih. So, how you guys doing this morning? Okay, semua dah breakfast? Good. Alright.
Hi Simon.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Hai Farid.
Waalaikumsalam.
Kita selamat dah ada. Kita tunggu Eng Hong Ling untuk check in.
Okay.
Mungkin tukar device, ada setting issue sikit.
Naim, kita ada berapa yang sign up?
Sorry, Wan. Yeah?
Kita ada berapa yang sign up for today?
Based on latest data, kita ada almost 350 attendees.
Okay, alright, that's good. Yeah.
So as for now, yang dah attend, dah sign in, ada dalam almost 180.
Oh, 180?
Yeah. Attendees.
So bila kita cakap ni semua dengar lah kan?
Ya. We are on live sekarang.
Okay, alright.
Sama lah, saya pun first time. So jadi we still learning, insyaAllah.
Being share and tell program, it's a santai program lah. So we as much as informal as possible lah. That is the request of speaker also.
Okay.
Santai-santai ya, okay. Pagi ni kita santai-santai je. Jangan stress. So hopefully we are good, smile, cheer up. So nothing to ni, but most probably that you plan for while waiting for the event to start, probably you can just tengok-tengok soalan apa yang boleh diutarakan kemudian. So rangkakan apa yang you nak tanya. So kita akan buka untuk soalan, sesi soal dan jawab nanti. So bolehlah mengutarakan soalan-soalan anda kepada kita ada 2 sesi, the first half and second half, macam bola pula hari ni, macam event bola. So first half tu will take up by our sponsors, and the second half will be our main event by our speakers, the 2 speakers that, as you know. I think that will be introduced by my duet.
Ya.
Cik Naim
Puan Azri, ya.
So itulah kita berdua hari ni. So
Kita duet
okay,
pagi ni.
kita macam apa ni, good lah, good to tango. Kalau seorang yang cakap tak jadi kan, so dia kena 2 orang, so it takes 2 lah. Okay, good. So basically that's about the structure of this event today. The first half and second half. First half will be occupied by our sponsors, MAPE, as you see, as you can see from the videos, the trail video trail just now, MAPE, and the second half will be our main event.
Thank you to MAPE being the partner for PEMSO pagi ni. Thank you to Mr. Simon and Miss Cynthia for their support.
Welcome.
And just for information to semua yang hadir, kami akan paparkan di screen in between seminar ni nanti, sign in code. So you guys boleh jot down the sign in code. Where else towards the end of the session kita akan release the link untuk you all key in the sign in code. This is for the attendance confirmation lah that we going to submit to LAM, Lembaga Arkitek, for the CPD Entertainment, CPD Points Entertainment.
Ya, betul. Dia 1.5 kalau tengok dalam kita punya brochure tu, about 1.5 CPD points. So it's a big points, 1.5. So we are lucky to get 1.5 and approved by lembaga. So do sign up. Siapa lagi yang belum dekat luar sana boleh ajak kawan-kawan yang belum lagi.
We still have time untuk masuk.
We still have time to sign up for this event.
Okay, Naim, I think we can start our webinar because we have 2 parts. While waiting for AR Hong Ling for second part, we have a break in between. So I think I would suggest that we can start our event today. So please do. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Silakan Arkitek Azri.
Okay, I'll do some quick briefings. Hari ini quick MC. So I was tasked by the chairman, Arkitek Farid, to MC alongside with my duet, Cik Naim. Thank you very much. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to our honorable guests, our sponsors, MAPE and his team, Mr. Simon.
Hi, good morning everyone. Thank you.
Hi. Miss Cynthia, I think I've seen your names in the name, Miss Cynthia from MAPE as well. So you two will be our sponsors and our honorable speakers, Arkitek Selamat and also Arkitek Ng Hong Ling, and also those who joined us today for this event. I know it's lovely Saturday mornings in Johor Bahru currently. A bright and shiny sun. Okay. So thank you very much to all. I'm not alone here today. Like I mentioned, I had my duet, Cik Naim, with me. Thank you, Cik Naim. Okay. And to basically MC this event until finish. Until finish of the event. So hopefully I can play a second fiddle role alongside with him. Okay. We had a very interesting topic from our speakers today, and do stay tuned until closing to the end of our program, perhaps up until hopefully by 12 we can conclude everything. So do stay tuned. And Cik Naim will elaborate further on the first and second half of the event. Naim.
Okey. Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi semua. Kepada Datuk Seri, Datin, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan arkitek dan para hadirin sekalian yang saya hormati. Terima kasih kerana sudi spend pagi Sabtu anda untuk sesi pertama webinar series yang dianjurkan oleh PEMSO, Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia, Southern Chapter. Okay. Pertamanya saya mengucapkan tahniah kepada pengerusi PEMSO yang baru dilantik, Arkitek Farid Ghaffar, atas inisiatif beliau dan juga visi beliau untuk menggerakkan PEMSO. Dan seterusnya terima kasih juga kepada rakan penaja PEMSO pagi ini, iaitu MAPE, yang diwakili oleh Mr. Simon, dan Mr. Simon juga akan membentangkan sesi share and tell beliau right after this. Okay. So jadi seterusnya tanpa melengahkan masa, saya menjemput kepada pengerusi PEMSO, Arkitek Ahmad Farid bin Abdul Ghaffar, sebagai pengerusi PEMSO untuk menyampaikan kata-kata aluan beliau. Saya silakan.
Terima kasih AR Hazri dengan Cik Naim. Saya Farid Ghaffar. Ini mengucapkan terima kasih kepada to every participants, especially participant and guests for your support for today program. And I think I would like also to thank you our Southern chapter speaker AR Eng Hong Leng dan AR Selamat. Also all the fellow committee members for the support. And I think for most of all, I think I would like to congratulate also our behind the scene team for your for your great effort in making this program noticeable. I think we are actually in the Southern chapter, we are very small. However, we are trying to do slightly different from the norm, just to make our presence noticeable and memorable event. So the entire program today will be coordinated slightly different from the normal webinar, so that we create more interest for the participant. We will have, I think I was told as our rehearsal, MAPE also offered a lucky draw today, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think those are things that to spice up, not to make the webinar a one-way traffic. We want it as interactive as much as possible. So I think there will be also a Q&A session that I think we allow the participant to be to ask on live. So I think you can take an opportunity there to ask our senior architect. And I think also our event management group, all these are volunteers who work very hard together with our admin, PEMSO. I think thank you very much for your support. I think we hope ARTV is our digital YouTube channel, will be a significant force in actually sharing knowledge due to everybody know we are entirely since 1st of June, we are stuck in our home. So I think we wanted to actually get it moving by introducing our ARTV. We have many more programs coming up that we line up, I think about 20 programs all the way to December. And they are quite interesting topics. I hope after this, subsequently after this, we have another program. Every month we have minimum two programs. So I do wish that all our participants today continue to give support to us. And I think I would like to thank you also, our PEMKL, for their support in collaborating with some of our programs. So hopefully this collaboration between chapters and PEMKL, we able to produce good works and benefited to all the members either nationally and Southern chapter in the Southern region also. So with that, I thank you all for your support. I was requested many times by the speakers because this is our first time in Southern chapter. So they requested it to be as informal as possible, as santai as possible. The most important thing is sharing that knowledge that he would like to share with us. throughout the topics. This topic is actually covered a recession experience, how architect cope with it, survival, sustainable. We call it sustainability is the new norm. The most important now is actually to sustain, and we do appreciate also a lot of members who are actually struggling. So we do recognize that also. Hopefully with this session, we are inspired with our profession. I think we have to give faith in our profession that we were able to ride these COVID-19 challenges strongly. So with that, I thank you very much, Cik Naim.
Okey. Terima kasih Cik Farid atas ucapan aluan, dan saya harap dan kami harap mesej yang disampaikan kita sama-sama dapat manfaat, dan seterusnya kita akan pergi ke sesi yang seterusnya, CPD Share and Tell by kita punya partner MAPE. Tapi sebelum tu saya nak request untuk kita sama-sama adakan satu sesi foto. Jadi those yang boleh switch on dia punya camera can do so. So hopefully kita dapat share this moment. Okay. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, harap dapat sudi switch on kamera. Are we ready? Can I see anybody can raise their hand? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tony. You responded well. Okay, maybe we can take the
Pastikan
photo.
senyum
Mm-hmm.
Pastikan senyum di pagi ini. Big smile. Put out a big smile, sir.
Okay. Alright. So seterusnya kita akan masuk ke sesi yang pertama pagi ini. Sesi ini akan dibentangkan oleh Mr. Simon Yap, wakil daripada MAPE. Beliau akan membentangkan mengenai waterproofing system untuk deck dan balcony. Some of you may call it terrace, as I was informed by Mr. Simon. But before that, untuk makluman para hadirin sekalian, MAPE telah berbesar hati menyediakan lucky draw untuk mereka yang bertanya soalan. Jadi ada dua teknik soalan. Pertamanya, anda boleh menulis di ruangan Q&A yang terdapat di bahagian bawah skrin anda tu. Anda akan nampak ikon Q&A. Jadi anda boleh menaik soalan di situ. Yang keduanya, setelah habis sesi pembentangan, kita akan buka kepada audiens untuk bertanya. Kaedahnya adalah tuan-tuan dan perempuan boleh raise your hand. As you can see dekat bottom juga ada icon more tu, you can click that and you can raise your hand. So jadi insyaAllah kami akan pick up dan allow you guys to ask the question to the speaker. Okay, so without further ado, saya jemput Mr. Simon untuk memulakan pembentangan beliau mengenai waterproofing system.
Hi everyone,
Simon.
good morning. Before we start, I would like to take this time to thank PAM Southern Chapter, especially Encik Farid Ghaffar, Azri, Naim, and all the two speakers, Hong Ling and Slamet, give MAPE a chance to share our session on today to you, all of you, or those architects. So we have very thankful because this is the first time we can join with you, Naim.
Yeah.
So I will not make any further delay. I will start by, basically today we will share you a bit intro. MAPE is one chemical industry support, and also we have wide range of product from Italy, our products, but we have a local plant in Nilai. Then we've been organized organizations, which is we a lot of local production plants to support all the industry, which is basically all the construction industry, is construction buildings and also infra. So for the past 10 years, we are very thankful to all the architects and also all the developers to support. We have been sharing with our knowledge. And today, I'm the product manager of waterproofing and KL. Then I will share just one small topic today, just waterproofing on two areas. One is a balcony, and also in another one is a deck, which is an open terrace. The challenges on waterproofing and solutions. Okay. Okay. So during my presentations and also my sharings, if you have any questions, you can put on the Q&A like Engine 9 highlight, and also in the chat group as well. If both you can put in. So today's topic is on two. One is balcony and terraces. So from the topic I will cover today is on the 7th chapter here, which is the first, what is balcony, why we need a waterproofing on this particular area, common failures. Then next we go to challenges on the balcony and deck. Then next, which is architect always know and also very care about, is the design considerations during design stage and also application stage. We will share with you as well. Then next we go to the top criteria, which is summarize what is the criteria you need to choose the right products for those deck and balconies. Then the last part is MAPE solution. We will share with 4 videos. 3 videos is on the waterproofing solution. The last is the system we have, which is the combined system. Okay. First, what's balcony? No need me to explain. I think most of the architects know, which is a balcony is one platform which is cantilever out without any support, which is without any columns or walls. Then this particular area is always subject to semi-exposed to rain and waters. So we need to address the issue, which is have a human there. Then we need to support the waterproofings, how you do to address those issues, which is very important for the architect to consider. So especially in Malaysia, always subject to rains. So if the design not correct, it will be a ponding issue, they have a water seepage issue, all those issues will happen. Next, what is this deck? Deck, in architecture, deck is a flat surface, which is a very big flat surface exposed to sun, environments, rain. Then this deck surface, which is some architect they call it podium deck, plaza. Then this particular is a lot of activity. The mix of concrete below, they have a wall. Below of the deck, definitely which is occupied by the usage because on that we need a very good platform to watertight this slab. If not, there will be a problem. The water will seep through in between. So it may support for the columns on this the structure and you can see on the picture like this. There's a landscape, a lot of activity deck. This is all called deck or podium terrace. Okay, that is the meanings of these 2 criteria areas. Next slide. Why we need the waterproofing on this deck and terraces? First, mandated by Code of Practice, BS or STM. Second, damage of interior finishes like timber flooring. This is another point. You need to do a waterproofing. Third point is when leaking happen. Okay, the cost, especially on those architects consider, the cost is higher cost to repair. Always think about the first time you choose the correct product and the system, you choose the correct one. If not, you need to spend 10 times of the cost to repair from the original construction cost on, I mean on waterproofing itself. Number 4, shorten the life cycle of the building structure. Why? Because if you didn't design correctly, you will happen the balcony or terraces, they will collapse. This is based on our MAPE US case study. From 2001 and 2016, reported 239 major case that collapse. And also 2003 and 2008, there are 33,000 injury found in this because of the structural failure. So next slide. I don't hope this happened to Malaysia, but some is because of the design issue, some because of the leaking issue. Why leaking issue that will cause this? Because if water seep through to your concrete structure, it will make the corrosions on the rebar then you will make crack because of the rebar corrode will start expand. Then you will make the structure failure. So in another picture, you can see the balcony all downturn again. And the third one, this is also a few pictures. We don't want this happen for the balcony failures. Okay, not this one. This one is just also only the humans, because of the humans too much the human road we make a collapse. So next is the deck failure. If you don't have a good address on this issue, those challenges will come, and also those headaches will come to the architects. You can see the picture: leaking, ponding water, the water seeps through the tiles, then extra problems. Okay, next I will go to the common failures here. Okay, the common failures on the balcony and decks. First is what? The slope. The slope don't have the water pondings. Detachment. This is very common. The tile popping up. Why this thing happened? Later I will share with you. Joint. You can see this, we call it, you can call it deck. This is a deck, but it's not a balcony, but this is smaller balcony. Then it's the corners, detailing didn't do well. Drain, the drainage divert water. Next, for the decks, you can see the utility. All these is challenges and common problem happen there. Cornering between what? Between two different material. I think this is always a very common happens, because they're using when the membrane as a different material, how to terminate, how to bond that different concrete and metal. Skylight, I always have, I think you have a skylight opening, because architect like to have a lighting going down to your structure to minimize and also the eco. So next, I will go to the challenges for these two areas, balcony and decks. So this is summarized for 6 points. First is aesthetic often overrode the functionality. Next, I will one by one to explain. Number 2, lack of construction details. 3, choose the right waterproofing materials. 4, poor surface preparations, which is you need a good preparation to be done on during applications. 5, sequencing of works. This is always another issue happen at job site. Later I will share the pictures. 6, post-installation damage. This is always what we don't want. After you complete the waterproofing, damage by third party. First one, aesthetic often overrules the functionality. What it means? On that, definitely they have these all challenges and all this activity on top. You can see got rail, pool, hot pour, bounce, it is design bounce, water features, lighting, all those extra background activities. Some biggest they have outdoor cafe, outdoor dining. That is very common. I'm not saying these challenges is a no good, because this a lot of activity there. They have water there. They have background. What kind of system you need to consider on waterproofing? Single types, cementitious, membrane. Those is also very challenges, because what you need to consider, you must think about how the thing overlap, how the criteria of the product is it suitable to what you want to achieve as an architect, like Q-lastic, hollow issue, bonding issue. Then also second part is this product is green product. All those points is related, always interrelated to during the architect to consider during this design stage, which is design the waterproofing system. Always we don't like as a manufacturer, we don't like. That's why this time we want to share is we don't like the architect to repeat the previous projects. Always have any project, you can come to us, MAPE, we can share with you with our specification team, myself, and also my spec team. We have a team to share with you the knowledge and also the system, the correct system to you. Okay, that is a challenges. Then second challenges is always as a lack of construction detail. I'm not saying the architect don't know, which is some because of the when implement and design until the implementations, you were facing a lot, because some when the time you award to contractor, the contractor want to use something like IBS system, because different construction method during construction design stage. Yes, architect with us we will consider that the waterproofing system, but come to place when they award tender time, then they will counter propose they want to using IBS, they want to using shear wall system, because now new construction method is very popular. You have lightweight block, all those different construction methods. All that were related to detailings. That's why I'm saying that the lack of construction detailing, if we can know together with the manufacturer, with architect, the early stage, we already determine, okay, this project we want to use IBS system or a lightweight block system. Then we need to address those issues on this, the detailing. The first one, movement joint, wall termination, the depth of the scupper drain, the outlet treatment, how you're going to do, then the flushing. So you can see on the pictures on the right hand side, you can see that the pictures on, yeah, you can design on the center, you can design the outlet is here, but all those considerations you must consider on the slope, on the depth of the water discharge. Is it sufficient, fast enough? Because all this related to design. Yes, MAPE, we only the product manufacturer, but we all this with our past experience and also our international party, which is our HQ. Also, we guiding the good guideline to architect. That's why we work hand in hand with all our architects and also developers to come out the complete system. That's why today we will share the system we have, and also not just only on the design and the detailing, then the system built up together with the right product, then you make the whole thing complete and also work well worldwide. The third one challenges is the materials you use, right products. What I mean the right product, you can see in the pictures, architects. If you choose the membranes, you need later on, you need to do the membrane, the topping up with, example, like tile adhesive, because bitumen substrate is very flat and smooth. They will cause what? Debonding on the plastering wall, which is, we solve one problem, we create another problem up. Why we say that? Because the compatibility issue, hollowness, tile adhesive, topping squid, all that thing, because of the materials. Then the picture on the bottom, you can see, because this is they're using what? They're using those liquid applied membrane, but I'm not saying they're using the wrong product. It's consequences you need to consider. What is your topping up layer? What this is concealed is you need this unbond squid or bonded squid. So you have tiles or top or not. Then the tile topping up, the thickness sufficient, the gradient order sufficient. All those is incorporate together. Or that's why all those this is challenges. Later I will share you the design considerations. This is another nightmare. The surface preparation. This is a lot architect and also a lot QC quality control they need to do well. Not just only on a waterborne applicator, which is this is a joint effort. Okay, you can see those honeycomb. We can say the contractor force. You can say applicator force. Why? Because contractor didn't do the prepare the well substrate. Then the applicator brand, because of they seen this so poor. You can see my gauge, my name card, which is the card of the gauge on the crack. There's honeycomb is terrible. The applicator didn't see, or I don't know, they just don't bother, just sapu saja. That is not correct. What will happen? Because water proving is not pain. like I talked to the worker lah. Kalau you ialah painter, you tak boleh jadi waterborne applicator. Mengapa? Why? Because paint you sapu in nampak putih, sapu hitam. That is painter. If as a waterborne applicator, no, you have a lot of consideration you need to consider. Why? Because waterborne is subject to water. Water we heat to hydrostatic pressure. It means if you are the painter, yes, you finish your job. You don't bother about the substrate got holes or not. Because if you're waterproofing as a waterborne applicator, because we need just not only we need to finish our work to apply the product onto the substrate, we need to consider the substrate condition. Is it got sharp edge or not? Got this honeycomb or not? Then after the waterborne apply, the bonding of the product is sufficient or not? After the topping up with squid, if this is swimming pool or water retaining structure like a water feature, they can take the hydrostatic pressure or not. That is those points is important. That's why I'm saying the painter cannot become an applicator, because for contractor, some the Chinaman, they thought that very simple waterborne work. No, the answer is no. Okay, so next, this is another nightmare. It's the wrong sequencing of work. This is taken from my own job site, which is MAPE. I went to the job site together because MAPE we did a lot. Very thorough checkings, because why? We not just only sell product, we want to ensure the product deliver at the job site according to manufacturer instruction and specification. What wrong in these three pictures? You can see, you can find out any problems or not. Some contractor, I can tell you, they can realize any problem. They say, okay, Simon, okay, sudah buat waterproofing. But you see this picture, I surround it. This is one WhatsApp I catch up. Then you see the waterproofing they apply on concrete. You see the wall. By right, the waterproofing have to apply on the base plastering. Am I right? Then after that, the waterproofing should conceal, protect with they call it plastering. But what they done at the job site, this is finished level. This is finished plaster. It means the contractor and the waterproofing applicator and also the QC at the job site, they didn't bother. They just rush out like hell. I just finished the job. For this, as a MAPE, as a layman term, I tell the applicator and the contractor, this is Superman. Okay, just a joke. Why it means Superman? Because they wear the underwear outside. Just a joke. Outside, you can see the underwear red color outside. It's impossible. Nobody will wear the underwear outside. Am I right? That's why I catch this. I just highlight. This all is sequencing over. They don't do a very proper communications. This will happen in here. This is the driveway. You see the guy topping up the concrete, the protection concrete on the slab because the reinforcement is here. The waterway have been done, but on the wall they are already done. But they don't have a well communication. The sequencing all wrongs. By right, they should do a base plaster. Let the waterway apply upturn 1 feet. Then after that, they only do the stopping up. Then they do a plaster protection. Then only they will do another layer of the protection plaster on this particular area. This is all is sequencing over. They do happen here. They do happen to your swimming pool. The swimming pool even worse because swimming pool always subject to hydrostatic pressure. Next, post-installation damage by others. Who did it? How to resolve it? Or what as a manufacturer we have in our guideline? After you complete the job, upon the water ponding, barricade it, observe it within 48 hours according to codes. Then later on, all subsequent works we will hand over with the checklist. Pass, then hand over. What we recommend, all the parties, MAPEs, MANCON, the QC, quality control on the projects, and also the architect representative. All we bring this check, click, pass over. This is what we've been done with a lot of well-known developer like Gamuda, IGMs in KL. We make very good success rate on what I mean success rate is minimize leaking. We have a project, we have serious leaking because of the coordination or that not there. That's why this post-installation damage can be manageable. What I would like to say is manageable, which means we can minimize that. It's always communication. Because nowadays, really common we using WhatsApp group and also the call. It's very useful to address those issues. Okay, next on this, I think the architect will like to have this because this is we're understanding from my side, and also as we just share with you the design consideration on during design stage for balcony. With the example for balcony, you can see from the cursor on the right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 points. First, between the interfloor, which is internal floor, and the external slab. You must have a minimum 75 to 100 mm, the drop. Why we have the drop? To separate out that two areas. Why? Because the slab, the corridor slab is subject to what? The subject to wind, and also the wind will bring the rainwater to your slab, which is this balcony slab. If heavy rain, especially on project near the seaside, especially in Johor, we have a waterfront. If you have considered to design the condominium facing the seaside, yes. Two things. First, the drop must be 75 to 100 mm. Second, number two, what is this? This is to provide the waterproofing. You have to apply minimum 1 feet, and also the gradients. Number three, the water must be fall out. The slope must be fall out on the first fall out. Second, you must have slope to two sides to your scupper drains to discharge the water as fast as you can to minimize what? Ponding water. This is very important. Point number three, that's the gradient to fall. So number four point is the drain cells here, the scupper drain. You must have a sufficient detailing, flushing detailing to how to divert the water, how the connection between number 4 point. So those is a 4 important point. Okay, I repeat, the gradients is one. The second, the drop between inner floor and outer floor. You can see from the bottom picture. You must, normally architect will allow about 50 mm. The SFL drop 50 mm. Then they're using topping up another, the FFL also follow about 25 mm, 25 inner is a thrustback. Some, because of, you see, if you hide the point here, why 75? If you insist them that 50 mm, what will end up on the edge here? If here only you left 50 mm, the edge here, if this is very long, the gradient is not sufficient, architects. That's why here you need to allow minimum 75. When you do the topping out, let's say you need to make the gradient, you need the thickness there to create the floor. That's why you're using the speed to create the floor, or using whatever things to create the floor, you must have sufficient thickness. That's why the top here, you need 75 to 100. That is why we need 75. Because some of the architect ask me, hey, Simon, what is wrong? Yeah, I'm using 50. Okay, but you have to calculate what is the gradient. Very simple. You just draw in AutoCAD one triangle. From here to here, if this is 2 meters, what is your gradient? Is 1 to 200, 1 to 300. This is not comply to the spec. The spec is not MAPE say. I will share with you the code of practice. 1 to 80 is minimum. Okay. Second, which is slope on your cantilever slab. You can see from the picture on the right. Okay. What is a sufficient slope? Later, I will share the slide on this. Okay, according to BS 609-2009, 1 to 80, the slope is required. For wall and also the slab, which is from the wall side, which is for the inner wall to the drain out the water to the side. This code of practice is for all the open deck and also corridors. One that is considered this slope. Yes, I know it's very steep. 1 to 80, even I stand on it, you will feel it's very stiff. Second is a construction method, which is using, as design says, like just now I mentioned, precast bonded system. So on construction method, you will facing a lot of issue. Why? Because from the construction method, you will determine, example, like at first I want to choose this product, cementitious. When you have this construction method, precast bonded, wow, I can't, because yes, you can, but you need to add accessory. That's why we relate all with the cost and also the system you need to choose. That's why using design stage is very important to talk to us, then understand the whole thing, then we will keep you informed what system we have, what is the price, what's the indicated rate, then what's the problem you're facing, how long this thing can last. All those things will answer you. The 3 point is material compatibility. This is very damn important. Okay. Why? Because you don't have this consideration on compatibility between the product you apply, waterproofing, and subsequent materials on top, the Dilect overlay. You must think of what product to bond on it. If you don't consider that, what will happen? The popping up issue, the delamination issue, the tile dropping issue. Okay. Recently, I just share with you. For me, MAPE, we like to share. Not just only share the good thing, we also share the bad thing. Bad thing means the bad experience. For recent 3 years, we have facing a lot of popping on tiles on the shower wall. I don't know you also how many architects you are facing this problem. That is also, sorry, out of this topic a bit. That is related to material compatibility between the waterproofing they apply and also the Dilect overlay. So we need to consider many layers like burgers. What compatibility? The product in short term and on long term. Is it the short term pull out test can justify the long term compatibility? That is a question I will ask architect. The answer is not necessarily. I mean, I cannot say it's yes, but you will facing problem. If you don't have the long term compatibility test have been done, as a manufacturer, we not recommend to do that. You don't take your project as a risk, like we always does. As a MAPE, we have consult with Italy, and also we have did a lot of tests before we tell you it's work. Okay. The last part is the structural environments. You can see from the right hand side, you have a lot of human traffic, human loading on this slab. You will cause to have a bending moment on the slab. This is a bit engineering, because on first, if you have a plunder box there, very heavy loading. Some balcony they design architect. Some I have experience with one of the job sites in Sabah. The balcony is swimming pool. I'm not joking. Swimming pool. It's a pool, in the balcony. Means you from here you can have here swimming at your balcony. Every floor, That is not very high, I think about 12 floor. There's a condo, luxury condo in Sabah. So their design, the beam is very heavy. That's why in bottom, they have a certain design on the Cobell system here. Then the waterproofing system, they're using MAPE full system. We address all those issues because it's a water retaining structure. You imagine if this is a water swimming pool, can't they level out? When your guy swim here or your daughter, your son will swim here, you will subject a lot of movement because you have activity, the water will flow out and flow down. Then your slab will have a bending, they have a movement. That's why the product you choose, architect, waterproofing, you must have flexible grade. Second, you must consider that you imagine you put one plastic roller, you stick your tiles mosaic on top, you bend your roller plastic, what will happen? The tile will popping up. Why? Because you're using the not flexible grade, you're using the rigid grade type of tile adhesive. That's why what product you choose, not just only waterproofing, because MAPE we have waterproofing and also the tile adhesive is combined system. You must choose the C2 and above and also flexible grade tile adhesive grade, which in MAPE we have the solution. Together with the waterproofing is flexible grade as well. And also they have a minor is tensile property to enhance the product flexible to subject to a lot of just a movement on the water. Okay, that is very important for as architect to choose and consider what product you need to use, not just only waterproofing. The feel, all those things is combined together to make the whole thing work. Okay, so next I will go to this all during design stage. Okay, now during application stage. Okay, during application stage, now the situation is go to the contractor. Yes, we have specified, you know, the contractor, some design and build contractor, what they've been done, they can change the whole thing. Why I say that? Because I have experience on one contractor, design and build contractor, what the architect design, the whole thing they changed. But they didn't bother about the drainage requirements. On the job site, they changed the whole thing. Architect draw something, design and build, they change to another thing. This is based on my experience. They've been a lot of problem coming up because of drainage. They didn't bother. They just do what they like. Then what will happen? Like this picture, you see the efflorescence popping up because of water seep through, the gradient not sufficient, or that the depth of the scupper drain not there. Then from this scupper drain, you can see they don't have any outlet pipe. The water let it bond there. That is a problem during application. They deny the drainage requirements. The slope, same thing. They didn't bother about that. They're based on the APE or Amning construction method. This is my 20 years experience. They didn't bother about the code of practice. They didn't bother all those things. But will end up the failure keep on occur on Malaysia construction market. This is what we are facing today during application. Material stability, this is same like the compatibility. They didn't bother as well as a during application time. So the material not suit on present and schedule. Then what will happen? Because if the tile popping up is not one day happen. Later I will show this why efflorescence. I have slide to show you. Okay, that is a code practice to share with you architects. This is I get from CLAIM library. This is one of the flat roof and continuous support code of practice. Okay, that code of practice for all aluminium copper. You see the gradient 1 to 80. Even the waterproofing, you need to have a gradient substrate to lay the waterproofing. I still remember one contractor asked me, why, Simon, why, what wrong? I'm using the concrete roof, flat roof, I cast a concrete flat, your waterproofing apply on that, then I'm using the topping up concrete or protected screed to grade the slope. What is the problem, Simon? I said, no problem, but your water will remain because your screed is not waterproof. The water will remain on where? On your waterproofing area, which is flat on your concrete. There is no slope. Is timing when the thing will destroy because the water still there, still on waterproofing layer. That's why I will recommend as architect today, you want to consider that waterproofing. I prefer the concrete cast with slope. Apply on the gradient, then you can decide even in conceal system, just only not on expo or conceal system. Conceal means you have a screed on top. Even conceal system is no point. I have many job experience with you. I can share with you why I say this wrong, because I have a nightmare facing on that one project, one very iconic shopping mall project. I just share with you. Okay, so what they did, the Korean contractor, they're using the concrete cast flat. Just now, I like what I mentioned. After they're done the water pooling, done ponding water, no issue. Later on, they're topping out with mass concrete. The mass concrete, because a lot of M&E inside, the piping, everything, 200 mm thick, architect. That's why they're using that to create a gradient. No problem, no issue. When that shopping mall open, because that the slope is one podium, they're facing what happened, because there is a shopping mall. They have one Starbucks there. They want to do the renovation because of the topping up, the leveling issue. The tenants of this Starbucks, they want to rent this corner unit. They hack the floor down, because when they rent out this to this tenant, they hack down the 200. They hack down becomes because they create the gradient. When the rain weather downpour from outside, they have a short front system there to divert out outside and inside. What will happen? The water seep through. The water stain on the concrete. You remember the 200 mm thick topping up? The water go down inward. So when heavy downpour, the Starbucks all flooded. All timber flooring there all flooded up because of the water being sitting on flat substrate, architect. That is a nightmare. I don't want that happen to maybe on your job site. That is wrong. That's why gradient on water going to fall to the gutter is important. Don't just make the topping up, make the gradient to divert the water. This is my advice. Okay. So for during application for DAG, this movement joint also with the contractor. You can see on the right hand side, this is extra. They're extra to do a kicker. Why important? Because to block the water. They have a subject of the kicker is important. Why? We don't have a kicker that because on early part they do this the parapet wall, they're using the brick wall to construct. The brick wall construct because the brick wall sitting on concrete. By right, the kicker must be concrete. Am I right? That's why on that they have a movement joint, the leaking out, they construct a kicker on this perimeter area to block the water, then they redo the water flowing. That's the detailing will be addressed. That's why the joint effort together with the manufacturer is important. Number 4, the flooding test and also the ponding test. This is important. Okay, architect reason. This is important for you. I just share with you on this. Okay, why they have a structural ponding test according to BS 8007, and also why they have a ponding test on water flowing. Ponding test on water flowing is very normal, am I right? But why we need the structural ponding test? There's a lot of contractor, a lot of even the applicator that told me, okay, ponding test to pond itu slab tengok ada bocor tak. Then ada bocor, then we will fuel injection until dia tak ada bocor, then we do water flowing. That is wrong. Why I say that? Because according to BS 8007, for any ponding test you carry on, you need to determine that structure you have crack. If they have a crack, you found a crack, you release out the water. You need to heal back the cracks using the repair methods, not PU injection. PU injection is to stop the water leaking. You need to using the construction repair method, which is according to EN 1504 repair method. Even JKR, we follow this spec with standard to heal back the structure, make the structure solid in order to receive the water going. That is the correct statement. That's why a lot of mega project also their challenges. They come to me. They say, Simon, no. As I know, all PU injection until that is wrong. Okay. Second, you go to ponding test. After they've done that, they only do the water going work to flood the thing. After the ponding to determine yes, the water going work is complete, is passed. Then some developer now, I don't know about in Johor, they do finish ponding as well. This be careful, architect. If your project you need the third one to finish ponding, the water flowing termination, I won't discuss here today. They have different address issue. This is very important issue. The third point I mentioned, ponding test ada tiga. Structural ponding test, water boiling layer ponding test. The third one is finish ponding test. If you have finished ponding test, if you want to do more address on that, you can contact us. I can share with a different topic. The structural ponding test, the finished ponding test, what we address, especially in toilet, you will address a lot of water seeping out. Why? Because the water going to apply on concrete substrate. They not apply on the full address to address your finished ponding test. That's why I repeat again, finished ponding test, you need to consult us. We will give you another set of detailing, how to address on toilet, on especially on toilet. because they're allowed, all these buyer, they want to pond the flood, the toilet. They see you are achieved or not. What always happen, leak out. Why? Because they not address the whole thing. Because they'll do a water wing on concrete substrate. It's not on finished substrate. But we have a solution for you on that ground. Okay, that is for ponding lah. So for the last one is the product application checklist. This is what we heavily emphasize. We have different product, different area, we have different checklists as well. So this is together, submit together, not just only a meta statement. Meta statement just a piece of paper. It doesn't work. You need a checklist to ensure subsequent the work, the curing, everything is in order, to check, to minimize the leaking. This is very important. To determine, then you repair and also they do back the things before the thing happen. This is the design consideration on the retaining structure. This is the BS80. This is to spell out why you need the ponding test. They didn't spell out you need to do the PU injection until no leak. What they address here is they just tell you need to heal back the structure, find the crack. The crack is between the tolerance as a engineer, the structural engineer tolerance or not, the design. Okay, even and the roof structure as well. This is for water retaining structure and also the exposed structure. The roof is the same. Another phenomena I want to share is later I will share with our system solutions. I think my time is a bit okay. You can see from here, architect. This is my reason I found the picture. You found what? E-fluorescent, am I right? Why this thing happen? Because they do the water pooling here on top of, they have a gradient. You can see that's the one I mentioned. They have water pooling, they have a gradient. But what they have forgotten is they didn't address on the facade. That's why they make this the water, because why the e-fluorescent occur in three conditions, architect, listen. Why e-fluorescent? Very common. You see, why popping up? Why ada putih-putih? Why macam ada batu cave? First, the condition, three condition. First, must the water and moisture to get in to the substrate. Air masuk. Air definitely masuk sebab ini tiles kan. Ini hollow mah. Water boleh dekat sini mah. The water masuk, get in. First condition meet. Second, they react with the lime, the calcium hydroxide, means soluble salt lah. Inside where? Inside sini. Ini cement lah. Ini macam sponge lah. Dia dalam ada calcium hydroxide. When we react with calcium hydroxide, it will become putih-putih itu lah. Then in liquid form, the third condition is water, the moisture must get out. That's why get in, get out. Reaction. There's three things, Get in, reaction, and get out. One of these three conditions meet, you will come up, then you will see the white stain. That's why the e-fluorescent occur on these three conditions. How to eliminate, how to stop that, architect? The first will ask me, Simon, macam mana? Kalau you tahu macam ni, how? Yes. One of that is you can do water wing on top. Or eliminate. Jangan bagi air masuk. That is one point. You eliminate first point. It won't happen because e-fluorescent occur in tiga condition. You eliminate one of them, the thing won't happen. Second, epoxy pakai the tile acid because epoxy is watertight. Also, don't let the water in. Also can work. Even though some of the job site example like this, how to address this? Simon project sudah jadi, sudah buat macam mana? Can. You can eliminate on the third point. You don't want to do on hacking a lot. Yes, you can hack on tiles. Hack just only a tile level, this level. You redo the tiles, but you using the tile epoxy, tile acid epoxy grade. Your epoxy grade is watertight. You don't let the water out because they have reaction here already. Even on the facade as well, you need to cover up with epoxy. Don't let the thing coming out, which is the number 3. Because inside here is a porosity of poor concrete that will happen. Weak plaster joining defects such as honeycomb there is a lot of hole. Then let the thing coming out. Another one, architect always we see. My project just 1 year saja. Itu water feature. Itu macam staircase running water. Mengata ada putih-putih because of this e-fluorescent. I'm not talking about so much on water flowing, but this is all related to my projects. And also you can see this picture because the water being dekat bawah. What will happen? The rain, the water seep through. This is what will happen. The water trap. Then the stain, the facade there. So how to eliminate that? One thing is you do the water wing here. You see, in the black color line, you do the water wing to eliminate the water coming in, which is the condition 1. That bagi air masuk. So you can address the issue. at during design stage. This is the how to control and prevention the thing happen. Okay, so you can see a lot of projects, they have a lot of nightmare, a lot of this. This is what been done correctly. They have done the waterproofing, they have done the waterproofing coming down, then don't have this issue. Okay, so I summarize on those select criteria. First, this is 7 point there. So for as architect, first is occupancy, which means what is the tolerance to leak? Must be zero kan? Then they're not allow any leaking. Definitely zero, number one. Number two, service life. You will ask me, Simon, your system can work how long? 5 years? 10 years? What is my expectation? For new project, normally we will give the system can last 10 years. Only for repair job, refurbishment job, we depending on case to case, we will give 5 years product warranty because of we need to address. That's why we not just only facing on new project, we also do a lot of later I will share you a lot of case study, what we do, what we have been done on the repair job. Number three, track record. This is important for architect consideration. Product is reliable. Other past record, other mana sudah buat. That is always asking the track record. It's important. Why? Because you don't want to use your project as a white mouse, which is experiment. That is important because we have a lot of job reference we can share with you. Fourth point, risk versus cost. Okay, always as owner, not architect, owner, they consider, hey, UBS system boleh oh boleh, but mahal lah. But they don't want to spend much cost. They worry, they value the cost of construction on waterproofing. Dia tak nampak loh. They like think that oh waterproofing can cut cost. That is absolutely wrong. Just now I mentioned to you early slide. If your repair cost is 10 times of your construction, the new construction waterproofing cost, you must take that as a really good consideration. Especially those architects, you want to design the structure, you want to win the award, win a lot of award, you must consider the good waterproofing because you will damage your facade, you will damage your image, architects. MAPE, we have a lot of iconic project I can share with you later if you want. We have a green award also because of that they choose our product. In Sabah, we have a Heritage Stone. We also have done the PAM, also getting award the projects. Also, few projects is Agoris. There's few projects also they work with us. Skylux, also they get the awards for the design and also the whole system they use, the waterproofing and also the power safe they're choosing us. And so a lot of this I can share with you, which is what we giving the solution, what solution they consider. Number 5 point ease of application. This is important as an architect to consider. Dia senang pakai dah. What is the limitation of product? Their recurring time. So it's all related to your project also. You know, sometimes your project is a near seaside in Genting Highland. That's why the limitation and also easy to apply the product, the suit the climax and also the curing is very important as well. This is the number 5 point for you, the criteria as architect. This 7 is important. Number 6, new construction on refurbishment. Architect, this bear in mind. Don't use the new construction product, do refurbishment project. That is totally 2 different market. Why I say that? Because for refurbishment project, because we don't know what is subsequent layer in between. If there's old building, we need to address, we need to diagnose, like a doctor, diagnose what is system as a system. What system you propose there, it will incur loading or not, you will incur all those things as well. Then also you need to address why there's a problem on the existing structure. Eliminate those corrupt issue because the structure, we don't know how long, how good on that. If you design and also you propose a system like your new construction, conceal, topping out concrete, it will be a nightmare. Why? Because you increase loading for your structure. You will make the whole thing even worse. That's why always don't just repeat, what project, my past project, you use one here. Always for refurbishment is different tactic. You need to talk to us. We can give our advice. Our advice is not based on the field picture you send to us. You can talk to us. We will send our representative to your job site to diagnose what is the problem on your job site. Then only we come the solutions. Then to suit to that, then you can consider, okay, what should I do for this refurbishment roof? Okay. The last part is the criteria is codes. In Malaysia, yes, some architects, they follow codes of practice. Some, no, they didn't follow. This is for, as a manufacturer, we prefer you all to follow the codes of practice because you have minimized a lot of problems. Okay, that is my summarize on this the criteria, the top criteria, 7 criteria. So for the system build up, I summarize to this: waterproofing contribute to overall success and also that the system together. First, surface prep, primer coat. Second, detailing. Then only come to the waterproofing layers. What waterproofing layer, how many layers, all that. Then the last part is they do have this or not. The last part is important as architect to know. There is, if you design on the roof deck, the deck area, you need to insulation. The insulation, if you didn't address well, it will come out this popping up issue. Why? Because the insulation, you will create the uplift force. If they don't have the correct system, the separation layer, all that. Why? Because the slab, the slope, then the system you build, the layer, the thickness, the material, all that is important. Second, why you need a separation layer? Example, the dry fade. Dry fade, if you design one is a very big podium slab, you have a truck, low lorry to walk on it, top. Your thickness of the screed, then you need the separation layer to eliminate, to create a friction between the screed. You know why the frictions? When they have a lorry move, they stop, then they have a momentum to create a force on the screed. They will create the force to the screed will create a friction. That's why you need a separation layer between the waterproofing and that topping up. This is to prevent the friction to damage the waterproofing layer. That's why those system is important, which is you need to understand all those. I summarize on these 4 points: surface prep, detailing, waterproofing, and separation or what subsequent layer, the insulation layer. Not just only insulation on here, only on for planter boxes also. You have a drain cell system, even that. Okay. So for MAPE, I don't want to go through on that. We have 2 different systems. We have conceal, which is top deck is screed. We also have exposed system, which is you can see the product yourself. Always the architect will ask me, a lot of the developer will ask me, Simon, mana satu baik, conceal baik, exposed baik. There are 2 also that are pro and con. I have a list of the pro and con on this. After this slide, if you want, we will share with you pro and con. I don't want to explain here because it's too long. That's the system we have. I will share later. I will share 3 video on the products. 2 is 1 exposed, 1 conceal. Then another 2 is exposed system, which is the advanced system. It's easy to use, easy to understand. The last video I will share is the system, which is this, the corner detailing. Why I will emphasize that corner detailing is important? To address all those issues, architect. Compatibility, corner, different construction method. You have expansion joint. The waterproofing itself, it doesn't work. You need a system which is a joint, corner, outlet, all those things to address all those systems together as a complete system. Okay. So next, the first slide, this is the first product I want to share is the product EC system. It's a polyurethane ready use, 1 single component system, very elastic, good bonding. They can use for repair and also the new job. What I want to emphasize to share with you the video later for product is they can apply on your balcony, tapaya hack, exposed tapaya hack, just hack upturn. Okay, later you see the video. Tepi punya itu tiles saja, upturn tiles. Then you can do the opening on existing even tiles tapaya hack. You need to roughen the surface, apply the primer, apply the product, then that's all. Then second, I will share another video is conceal, which is same thing, existing tile tapaya hack. Tepi punya tiles. But that one is you can do the new tiles on top because that is cementitious. So first is per top easy. Next, I will go to this. The product can last easily 25 years and above, and also the root resistant. This is the advantages of product. Okay. Then the system can be for renovation. Like just now you see the picture. Old tiles, apply the products, per top easy, and the top coat. They can apply on existing. If let's say existing your tile very nice, more thick, you don't want to. I want to see back the tile. Can because we have a transparent system as well. You can apply it as a waterproofing. You can see back your existing tile color, but it's going to be glossy lah. Then this is for roof. Roof, you can do it as the system as the same like the previous one. Okay. Then this is the video. Okay, you can see the video. It's good to use for balcony and also renovation work and also for roof. Okay, I just summarize. There's a first layer support, then preparation, primer, waterproofing, and UV coat. But first, as architect, you need to check and to ensure that with the owner, the substrate, you need to repair, like just now the video. You have all those cracks, you need to repair with the joint, pondings. You need to minimize ponding, you need to topping up. You need to topping up, you need to first consider what your existing structure can take the load or not. Then you have a pipe on the wall crack, you need all those repair, like just this slide. You need to all those address those using the PU filler to address all those joint repair first, even the joint, the pipe, with the movement. Then you can see just now the video, the grinder. Okay, in our surface prep, this is important. Why you need to grind? Why you need to do all that? Because existing substrate, they have a contamination layer on between. Because you don't grind, you don't remove, what the product you apply is adhere to this weak substrate. Because we need to bond to your concrete on the strong substrate. That's why we need to grind off. That's why the surface preparation always be emphasized is to remove those weak area. There is a 4 area you can do like grinding, milling, scarifying, short blasting, and sanding. So this is different grade and how depth you can grind down. Okay. So for that, after that, primer coat, repair, you can see the picture, how you patch back. Patch back the product, you must bear in mind, example like crack, you can see the trowel. As architect, sometimes you don't know. Okay, you just thought that this is cement mortar. You didn't see it in cement mortar banyan grade. Dia pakai cement is also cement mortar. But why the pakai cement sand, they are weak, they will crack? Because they're using the very normal, it's not repair mortar. Repair mortar is stronger and better. Also rely on what product you use. If you use spray polyurea, you can't use cement mortar. You must use epoxy grade. Why? Because epoxy grade tak ada moisture. Okay, second, which is the top coat and also the primer coat is important. Okay. Then this is a primer applied. Then for conceal system with isometric for balcony corridor, we have a full system architects. You can go to our website for these fast track projects. Example, you have one project in Genting. Even you can go to our YouTube to have a look. Our YouTube MAPE, we have this MAPE Lasik Turbo. Ini bukan F1 fast track. Yes, we have. Satu hari, we can finish the job. I'm not joking. Yes, from morning until late afternoon, 5 o'clock. Siap semua. Siap repair, siap waterproofing, siap tile adhesive. That is the system. So I don't want to explain more. I don't have more time. That's why you can go to our website. Turbo. You remember the word turbo. MAPE Lasik Turbo. Okay. This is a normal convection setter system with a corridor. Is a concealed system. You see our water blowing, we do the corner to tailing straight on the marble band easy. Then we also have these water blowing cementitious. That's why the next slide is concealed system using the cementitious range, marble elastic, to address all those problems. Okay. The product is marble elastic. This is a cementitious range. Then with the reinforcement, then we'll share with the job case study on here as well. This is Sepang Airport, which is Sepang F1 run track. So this is the rooftop. These are repair projects. This is completed. You can see on before that. Before is without any. There's a tiles and also have a torsion membrane. Then this is during application. We need to remove the topping up concrete or topping up tiles until the substrate. It is we're using scarifier machine. Then we spray our water blowing on top. Then we topping up concrete. You see, with the system we use between the aluminium and also the concrete, we have this marble band on the edge. Then we also have a lot of joint using the joint system with the sealants. Okay. So next, I will go to this, the accessory we have. Just now you can see on the video. That is another video which I want to share with you later. Which we have a drain cell, and this is one of the accessory is very good for as architect. You have to consider we have a total system. You can see this is a slot coming down. Your existing pipe in the orange color. It's slot in like one umbrella with a plastic fringe on top. Is no chance the water can leak out. That is come with whole full system. You cut it, then you plug it in with anti-odor system also. As a ladies architect, you know, no worry about the cockroach coming out because they have an anti-cockroach here. The cockroach cannot come out. It's blocked. It's a one waft like that. Okay. Second is a band. We also have this marble band on the system. then address all those joint, all those cornering. You have movement joint. Then we also have this. This is good on very good bond strength. They can bond to any substrate because they call multi-layer, multi-purpose bond, which is a build-up level is like sealant. Then they can address all those renovation work, especially an architect. Let's say you have a fast track project, hotel, and renovation. You don't want to do hack existing tile. How you do address that? Can the cornering you this because you cannot do the angle filler because your tile to tile you're doing topping. Then you need to using this type of waterproofing. It's fast track, easy to use. After you address the issue on the edge, redo the waterproofing, apply back the tiles. So the next slide I will share is the joint system. Sorry, technical issue. Sorry. Okay, so this is Mbappe. Okay, second is the last part is polyurea, which is for exposed system. You need very durable product. We have this as well. We call it PerTop 1000. It's polyurea exposed system for landscape roof, for durable roof like driveway. You can spray the product. It's an anti-root function. Then it's very tough and durable for abrasions. So again, they also can last for the truck and also the car frictions because it's very durable, very tough, high strength, high mechanical strength. So the product is come in two components. They're using the machine to spray, react with the pressure, heat, the bond to set the product within 7 to 10 seconds. So that system you can do for deck. You can do the open deck, and let's say like if you have one driveway, you want to do that. No need, I repeat, no need the topping up squid. You need they do the dialect, asphalt dialect, you can bond to our system. Then second, if you have a paver block, you can do the sand bedding. No need any protection squid, just a PE sheet protection separation layer. Just now I mentioned, to prevent the friction, you can use your this topping up sand insulation on top, interlocking. So now I want to share the reference in Pertop. There's a last on my video and also last on my slide. Okay, you can see, enjoy the video. For Pertop, we have more than 1,000 of project reference. You can go to our website. Current our project we're using Pertop is Mahkamah Syariah as well in Putrajaya. It's very well done project for our teams. So the last part I want to share with MAPE is we have a MAPE technical service support. To on your phone support, field support, product training if you want. Architects also you have let's say you have let's say different section with your architects firms, you can call us. We can organize an online training as well. If now the situation is now they don't COVID. So we share with you different kind of warranty formats, joint warranty formats, and also those that meet of the developer requirements. You can talk to us. That is our support on that. Second is on-site support. On-site support, which is the pre-construction support, which is on those detailings, documents, test report, the system we want, customized CAD, those things, you can call us as well, which is contact our specification team for the submission purpose. The last part is on the job site. Job site also troubleshooting, you can call us, but not this time because we can't go out. So I believe soon we can coming back, picking out our construction market, then you can call us. We are welcome to give you assist. So for JMB market, Johor markets, so you can contact our Mr. Lee KY, is our branch manager, and support with our managers, Suki, Miss Suki, and also Mohammed Yunus is doing spec. The number you can capture this screen for the contact number with their contact number, or you can call HQ myself, and also call our technical service head, which is Hanson Fong, and also Mr. Yong for the specification team in HQ. For other branches, if you have any inquiry, you can call our East Malaysia. If let's say we have project there, architects in Sabah, Sarawak, or in Penang, in Northern side, you can call our team in there in Jeddah. There is a contact number. The last slide I have. Thanks, Pam, Southern Chapter. Sorry, a bit delay on the talk because so I very appreciate your give us the opportunity to share with you. Now I come to Q&A.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Simon.
Yeah.
Before we proceed with we open the floor to the Q&A session.
Yeah.
Everybody been asking on the attendance passcode. So we will display on the screen now the attendance passcode for respective architects to jot down, and later on key in the passcode. Towards the end of this webinar, I will provide the link for you to key in the passcode.
Okay.
So,
now I stop sharing. I go back to you now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You may now see this the attendance passcode, and you can jot down.
1, 2, 3, PAMSO.
Code is 1, 2, 3 PAMSO.
Yeah.
All alphabet. capital letter.
I have to sign in or sorry, I don't know.
No, this one is for the architects that attending this event. So they need to key in at later stage through the link that we're going to provide at the end of this webinar.
Okay.
Okay, then I repeat again. The code is 123 PEMSO, capital letter. Okay.
Yep.
So everybody have got the code, right? Okay. So now I open the floor to you guys to ask question to Mr. Simon. But before that, I will ask to my partner, Architect Azri, pick a few questions that been written in the chat box, Q&A chat box. So maybe you can address from there of one of the questions from the chat box. Please.
Thank you, Chin Naim. Thank you, Mr. Simon. Thank you, Mapi, for your very interesting talk this morning. I think it's a very, very interesting, very, very pertinent, especially to all architects who does a project at site. You know, you can't really avoid that avoid that some things, you know, what you have seen in your presentation slide just now. It's a bit scary when you had fallen balconies. Yeah, that is really scary. Neither of us had that kind of experience. It would be nightmare. Anyway, thanks very much for your support and also for your talks. Things like that, anyway, bound to happen. Anyway, to kick off, there'll be quite numbers of questions in the Q&A chat box. I think the number keep increasing due to time constraint that we had right now. We'll probably read a few because of the times delay that we had for this event. I'm going to go through straight to the question by the one that I've seen here is from Mr. Alvin Lim. Simon, Mapi, since Mapi provides 5 to 10 years warranty, what are your conditions for a full warranty? That's, I guess, number one question. If a system is using waterproofing leaks several years down the line, how do you determine coverage of warranty then? Thanks. Probably I'll let you answer that one first, Mr. Simon.
Can you repeat the first one again, Azri?
Okay. Since Mapi provide 5 to 10 years warranties, what are your conditions for a full warranty? A full warranty for waterproofing?
Okay, we have number one, we have the spell out the 5 years or 10 years. Okay, for normal case for the project, we will provide the product warranty 5 years and 10 years. Okay, to answer you the condition, that's how I highlight in my slide, we emphasizing on checklist. If you will do specification on using Mapi, we need emphasize the good practice, which is checklist. That enforce it to minimize the failure happen, just not only in waterproofing applicator. In surface prep, we very emphasize, and also during the applications. So the checklist also one the task I want to enforce it. If with the help of the architect to enforce it. So far, we have done in KL many jobs. We have enforced it to minimize failure. To enforce the checklist is one of the criteria to minimize the failure. Then to answer you back, the 5 years and the 10 years. Normally for new jobs, we provide 10 years. So two things to determine we qualify on these 5 years, 10 years. Upon the project complete, we can go to your job site to do a final checking together with the architects. Upon your request, then we can do the joint inspection. That's number one condition. We will check the application is in order or not. If not, we will highlight our point. Then the architects and also the contractor, we need to retain the 2-year liability period, which is upon they want to claim the CPC, they want to claim the material product warranty from Mapi. We need to get that done before we enforce it to give the product warranty to the projects. So in the same time on that, we need to not force one round, a few rounds. I went also from job site for the final inspection, check. Then we were together with the architect and also the contractor. So subsequently, if not correct, then they do back the correct, then get it, correct it, done. Then we final check again. Then we will issue. Upon we issue the product warranty, we will check on the material sufficient they are apply sufficient. The applicator normally for claiming the product warranty from us, we need to check the material is sufficient or not. All we have checked, architect, you don't worry, we have all the record. They need to prove that the DO, the material sent to sign. I myself, the person to sign, and also my MD, Mr. Xiao, to sign. So we have checked all that very thoroughly. They have to meet the minimum requirement, the product consumption, all that, in order to achieve the product warranty valid. Okay, this is my answer, Azri.
All right, thank you. I think there's a term and conditions for you to actually, before you are granted a full warranty for that. All right, thank you. Go to next questions from Mr. So Chun Wei. If structure cracks has been repaired and structure bonding test shows no more leakages, what are the purpose on waterproofings?
The purpose of
Kind
waterproofing.
of interesting questions.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, this one is answer back just now I mentioned about why you need a structure bonding test. Okay, same thing like because the structure itself, even a high grade concrete, example like slab, one slab, you have like just now I mentioned, you do a structure bonding test. Your question is why? Why, Simon, you need repair, then epoxy, you pond again, no leaking, why I need your waterproofing? The answer very simple. The concrete itself is not waterproof. The concrete was subject to crack, architects. It's a matter of time because exposed is supposed to expansion and coefficient stress. Therefore, you need a waterproofing, a layer, a tankered layer to protect your structure. That is the answer to you. I'm not saying you cannot, yes, but it's a matter of time. But I can answer you for my experience on 17 years in this industry. Structure, concrete, even additive you add in on concrete structure in roof, particular on roof, on today's topic, balcony and roof, you can't rely on integral waterproofing system. Not just only mention about the structure is solid enough, you pond no leak, that is a short term. But you can't predict after 1 year, 3 years, the concrete will crack. That's why you need a waterproofing. That is a simple answer there.
Okay, all right, thank you,
Okay.
thank you. And then probably one last question, perhaps, Naim, before we.
Okay, maybe
Okay.
one last question before we open to the
One last
floor
question,
to ask,
okay.
to ask directly to Mr. Simon.
Yeah.
They can raise their hand, then we can get them to speak directly to Mr. Simon.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We had many Q&A actually, so but unfortunately our time is limited, so we need to we come to our last questions, which is come from Chun Hao Hu. What is MAPE's complete waterproofing system for tile finish roof deck with installations and fulfill GBI requirements, preferably with minimal or no movement joints?
Okay. For that particular question, for conceal, you have a tile, you need insulation. The system we will propose is you need to do a waterproofing on top of, the answer to you is conceal system. Then because you have a tiles on top, because you have tile, you have insulated, is a inverted unbonded concrete roof. Am I right? Because on that ground, you need to use a conceal system on, you apply on a concrete substrate. The system product, we have wide range. I not mention here the product name. After that, you have an insulation. After that, you need a sufficient thick of topping up. Then your tile adhesive, the right choice of tile adhesive. Because you expose roof, the tile adhesive you choose must be flexible grade as well. There is a combined system you need to consider all that. So I'm not recommend to use any. It's depending on your design. Just only not just only simple like answer you. You have this insulation exposed with tile and whatever, because it can mimic your design also, architect. Because if your roof, if a lot of M&E, then I'm not recommend you using a membrane roll type because they will create a joint, plane, RC plane, services, all that. Even they have a tiles also. That's why on that particular area, you can't use that. You have to use different system against. Oh, okay.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Simon, for your answers. I think that's about all on the written questions from the Q&A chat box. I think we'll go live for live questions from the floor. Back to you, Mr. Naim. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. You guys can look at the bottom right of your screen. There's icon more with 3 dotted. But you can click that one. Then you can see the raise hand button. Okay, you can raise your hand. Then we can you can speak directly to Mr. Simon. So we open to the attendees to raise their hand and ask question directly to Mr. Simon. Don't worry, you guys will entitled for a free giveaway from MAPE.
Yes, that's the key. That's a lucky draw. I think if you're
We
lucky,
have
you can
a
get
question from
a prize
architect
from MAPE.
Adrenta.
That'd be a surprise, lah. We don't know yet.
Yeah. So we have the first question from architect Adrenta.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Assalamualaikum. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Salam sejahtera. I think thank you so
morning.
much. Yeah. Thank you so much, MAPE, for your support and contribution to PAMSO. And I also want to congratulate to PAMSO team that had managed to organize a beautiful sessions until
Very
December.
good session,
Yeah.
Very good session.
Well, Simon, nice to meet you. I hope we can keep in touch. So I have 3 questions here to MAPE.
Wow.
Number one, yeah, I think it's very simple question. I believe that all the architects need to know about how it takes for MAPE grout to dry. That's my first one.
Grout to dry. You mean the tar grout?
Yep. How
Okay.
it takes. And the second one is that the expiring date. Yeah, does MAPE grout date expire? And the last one is about is MAPE Ultracolor Plus waterproof? I think that's about the question that I need to seek for you, and then hopefully you can share to all architects. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for your question, Azri. Because I'm the waterproofing product manager, I'm not the tar adhesive product manager. But as I to answer you to this question, the first question is how the tar grout. That is you're referring to Ultracolor Plus, am I right?
Yes.
If Ultracolor Plus is a cement base, when you apply using we prefer you using correct tools to apply. The correct tool is the rubber sponge, yang warna biru, blue color. We have sell also. Why we need saying the tools is important? Because the tools is to deliver the tar grout in order they have a certain pressure in certain degree, and also press it down up, not just only mixing the material apply, to deliver with the pressure to fill those tar grout joint. This is very important. Then second is the timing. You need to mix it. You must follow the instruction from the TDS. When you mix a product, it cannot be too dry and also can be too wet. If too wet, what will happen? It's too much water. To make the product is very diluted. You must mix it very homogeneous mix. You get the product is made in place. That case, Andrea, you can come to your project or your job site. I welcome you to text me with our marketing. We can bring our technician there when open up. We can do a demo at the job site. How does correct tools to apply this Ultracolor Plus? Then second question to you, the Ultracolor Plus is not waterproof because it's cement based. Okay, maybe I just guess you'll come to this. You see my slide in efluorescent. You want to eliminate efluorescent, you must use the epoxy grade because epoxy grade is watertight. Do not allow the water going into this squid to react to create this white stain come out. The Ultracolor Plus is no. But the Ultracolor Plus in datasheet we spell out, you can use for swimming pool, they can use for external, which is they have this what they call airdrop effect. It's repel water, Andrew. It's not waterproof. You don't have a misunderstanding. It's not waterproof. It's repel water. It can minimize the staining. They can minimize the water staining on top. It's like lotus leaf, like your car windscreen. The repel effect. They have a repel effect on Ultracolor Plus. That's all I answer your question, Andrew.
Thank you, Simon. We're going to keep in touch, because we're having a big challenges on site now. During MCO, we cannot go in, so we have a water ponding and a lot of things. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we gonna pick one last because masa tak mengizinkan. Sorry to everybody. So we about approaching 11 o'clock. So I pick the second question from Muhammad Azri, Muhammad Jamil. Based on the sequence, he's the number 2. So maybe Mr. Muhammad Azri.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, thanks. So make it short. We have problem to plaster and architectural finishes on top of waterproofing layer vertically. Okay. So my question: what's the best way to bond the finishes with this waterproofing layer, because what happened on site is the plaster is chipping off.
Okay.
Or the architectural finishes is apa nama, chipping off from the vertical waterproofing.
Okay.
So my question is, what is the best way to bond this?
Okay. First, that is external or internal? Which area?
External flat roof. Okay, on top, most top
Mhm.
floor. Then of course we have the parapet wall.
Okay.
So then we have to, of course, the waterproofing need to go seamless from floor, from horizontal to vertical, right?
Yep.
Okay, then after that we finishes with the screening. On floor it's okay because nothing happened. But when we go vertically, okay, the
Mhm.
finishes is peeling off because I think the bonding how to bond.
Okay. First you need to using a tapping rod. I think you know a tapping rod,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For the
Mhm.
sake to
Okay.
check existing plaster that have the bonding or not. Remember what I mentioned to you, the surface flat? The substrate must have a good bond to your element, with structural elements. If that don't have, whatever we apply with top up is useless. It will coming down. You using a tapping rod just like that tarik for the hollowness. If you found the hollowness, you using hammer to knock it out. You have to do the thing is have a good bond. Okay, for MAPE, we can sell you the latex or bonding agent.
Okay.
You do the proper plastering back. Then after that, you do back the waterproofing on top of the plastering substrate. Then you can do whatever tile can bond to this. The product you can use MAPE Elastic with the reinforcement mesh. We can step by step to guide you how to repair, how to get the thing done according to just now what I mentioned to you. First, you need to diagnose what is the problem there. Then you need to address on that. Then only you come with the proper product to solution to form. Second, we need to determine your existing floor waterproofing. That's why waterproofing is not just doing the walls. We need to terminate coming down. Then on the floor, maybe we can hack some area to overlap also. That's why we need to continue as a tangled system to prevent the water to hit your wall and your floor. Anyway, we're coming down.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for the answer.
Okay. Right.
Okay, thank you. Minta maaf semua tuan-tuan dan perempuan, masa tak mengizinkan.
Yep.
Tuan-tuan dan perempuan boleh menghubungi directly Mr. Simon or any other market representative as per details he showed just now. Okay, so now we're gonna take a short break for 10 to 15 minutes for a tea break. Tapi kita tak provide tea lah. So before we move to our main event, with featuring our two senior architect from JB, Architect Ng Hong Ling and Architect Slamat. Okay, so thank you guys. Please have a break for 10 minutes. Thank you.